Canada is the only country on earth, along with China, that has imposed so many counter tariffs. And while there's geopolitical tensions right now, we cannot have only one country in the world that is the source of critical minerals.
Welcome to Top 10 America Beyond, where we dive deep into the stories that ripple across borders and reshape economies. Today we're uncovering a quiet but powerful movement, a Canadian silent boycott that's transforming the retail landscape along the U.S.-Canada border. With the looming threat of US tariffs, Canadians are turning away from American stores, choosing pride and practicality over cross-border bargains. This isn't just about empty parking lots, it's about billions of dollars, countless jobs, and a profound shift in trust. Buckle up as we count down the top 10 ways this movement is shaking up the border economy from Buffalo to Blaine. If you're loving this deep dive, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to Top 10 America Beyond with the notification bell so you never miss an update.
Top 10 America Beyond.
Number 10. The Vanishing Ontario Plates. Picture this, just 6 months ago, the Walmart parking lot in Buffalo, New York was a sea of Ontario license plates, buzzing with Canadian shoppers hunting for deals. Fast forward to early 2025, and it's a ghost town like an abandoned airstrip. In just February and March, over 35,000 Canadian plated cars disappeared from border crossings like Peace Bridge and Rainbow Bridge, a staggering 11% drop in traffic year over year. This isn't a fluke. Toll revenues have plummeted, leaving local budgets scrambling. The absence of these cars has already siphoned off at least $5 million in US retail tax revenue in border counties. It's a silent but seismic shift, driven by Canadians choosing to keep their wallets at home. What's happening here is more than just numbers, it's a wake-up call. Every empty parking space reminds us that small choices, like where we shop, can ripple into million-dollar consequences. How do you think these missing cars are reshaping border towns? Number 9. Big box stores feel the pinch. As Canadian shoppers vanish, retail giants like Walmart and Target are reeling. In Buffalo, the Walmart on Walden Avenue now closes at 8 p.m. On weekdays, a full 2 hours earlier than its pre-pandemic 10 p.m. schedule, with Saturday hours slashed to 9 p.m. Across the border in Blaine, Washington, Target has cut an entire part-time shift after northbound traffic dropped by 50%. These aren't just operational tweaks, they're desperate measures to survive a sudden loss of Canadian customers. Placer.ai reports a 4.7% year-over-year drop in foot traffic at the top 100 US retail and food chains, with New York and Washington hit harder than the national average. This shift teaches us that no business, no matter how big, is immune to consumer sentiment. When trust fades, even giants stumble. As we move to the next point, let's explore why Canadians are turning away. What would make you rethink crossing a border for a deal? Number 8. The cost of crossing the border. Why are Canadians staying home? The math tells a brutal story. The Canadian dollar, or loonie, has slid to 0.733 USD, meaning 1 USD now fetches 1.36 CAD, the weakest exchange rate since the pandemic, per Reuters on June 30th, 2025. So filling a minivan with gas before crossing Peace Bridge costs over $100 KD at 1.55 KD per litre. Add an $8 USD bridge toll without Easy Pass, double the discounted rate, and you're already $200 KD in the hole before stepping into a US store. On the return trip, Canada's new 25% surtax on US goods, effective April 3rd, 2025, slaps an extra $10 on a $40 bottle of cosmetics, plus 13% customs, tea and customs fees. The cheaper in America edge is gone. This financial reality hits hard, but it also reminds us to weigh the true cost of our choices. Saving money isn't just about price tags, it's about the whole journey. Next, let's see how Canadian retailers are seizing this moment. Have you ever skipped a trip because the hidden costs were too high? Number 7. Canadian retail fights back. In the face of escalating US tariff, announced on July 11, 2025, Canadian retailers are mounting a dynamic counter-offensive, transforming potential setbacks into opportunities for growth and consumer loyalty. Walmart Canada led the charge in June 2025 by reducing prices on hundreds of everyday items, including fresh produce like fruits and vegetables, household staples such as bathroom tissue and cheese, and proteins like ground beef. This initiative, highlighted in reports from Finance Yahoo and Retail Insider, aims to deliver substantial savings, up to $450 per year for a typical family of 4, making local shopping more appealing than border runs. Meanwhile, major grocers Loblaws, Metro, and Sobeys have reinforced price freezes on key products, a strategy that gained traction earlier in the year to combat inflation and tariff pressures, as noted by Ben Bloomberg in January 2025. These freezes, often extending beyond the traditional January thaw, ensure affordability on essentials like bread, milk, and cleaning supplies, drawing shoppers away from US alternatives. Adding to the momentum, Amazon.ca reported a doubling of same-day delivery orders along busy routes like Ontario, Quebec by mid-2025, with plans to expand next-day service to 4,000 rural areas by year-end, according to CNBC and Amazon's own updates. Shoppers Drug Mart complemented this with rapid 2-hour prescription deliveries in 22 cities, starting early 2025, blending convenience with health-focused retail. This unified retail response, backed by a 6.3% rise in domestic sales per Statistics Canada in Q2 25, isn't merely reactive, it's a captivating story of adaptation, where technology and community ties keep Canadian dollars at home. As the Buy Canadian movement surges, these efforts highlight how innovation can turn economic challenges into a vibrant, unified shopping experience that empowers consumers and bolsters local economies. Number 6. A surge in Canadian pride. The surge in Canadian pride is captivating hearts and wallets alike, turning ordinary shopping into a celebration of national identity. In 2025, polls paint a vivid picture. Over 90% of Canadians, per KPMG's February survey, want retailers to spotlight local goods, believing it strengthens the economy one shelf at a time. This isn't mere opinion, it's action. Angus Reid's early 2025 data shows 78% pledging to buy more Canadian products, with 59% steering clear of US alternatives. Driven by trust in superior quality standards, as Statista's February report highlights, 56% favoring homegrown for reliability. Social media amplifies the buzz, with Buy Canadian and Shop Canadian trending on X. Users like at Glenpile share strawberry hauls in June, urging farmer support, while at It's Dean Blundell touts Canada's 2.2% growth in a viral post linking it to local loyalty. Economically, it's paying off. Statistics Canada's April retail sales hit $70.1 billion, up 0.3%, with food sectors rising 6.6% year over year, signaling Q2's potential 4.2% unadjusted May boost after Q1's 1.2% increase. Narrative Research's May poll affirms this in regions like Atlantic Canada, where Buy Canadian is a resilient strategy. Lexpert's February findings note 4/5 preferring domestic over imports, elevating artisans from coast to coast. Humor and virality add flavor. At Tullistake's February LOL by Canadian post drew thousands, proving pride can be fun. A Global News June poll confirms sustained support, viewing it as job-boosting innovation. From Chapman's ice cream spotlights on X to Prairie Grain preferences, choices weave community ties. As Angus Reid's April insights show 63% backing local sourcing, and July job gains in retail per Statistics Canada, this pride is forging a resilient, united future. Number 5. Border towns in crisis. Across the border, US towns are grappling with an economic void left by Canadian shoppers. In Niagara County, New York, retail tax receipts fell $6.2 million in Q1 2025, a 9% drop from 2024, according to county budget reports. This shortfall has forced delays in park maintenance and cuts to community center programs. In Bellingham, Washington, small businesses like diners and gift shops near I-5 report a 40% drop in weekend sales, with many reducing staff hours to stay afloat. The local Chamber of Commerce noted that 65% of downtown businesses rely on Canadian visitors for at least a quarter of their revenue. Without this cross-border traffic, these towns face a tough road ahead, with some fearing a long-term economic slump. This struggle reminds us that economies are interconnected webs. When one thread frays, the whole fabric weakens. Supporting local, whether in Canada or the US, keeps communities vibrant. Let's explore how retail giants are navigating this crisis. How would your community handle a sudden loss of visitors? Number 4. Retail giants under pressure. Retail giants like Macy's and Kohl's are under immense strain in 2025, as the silent boycott and escalating tariffs reshape cross-border shopping dynamics. Macy's Q1 net sales fell 5.1% to $4.6 billion, with comparable sales down 2.0%, largely due to tariff impacts that deter Canadian shoppers. Macysinc.com. Border stores in Buffalo have cut inventory and hours, transforming bustling hubs into quieter spaces. Kohl's mirrored the trend, posting a 4.1% sales drop and 3.9% comparable decline in Q1. Investors.kohls.com. In Bellingham, promotional events suffer from 30% fewer Canadian visitors, hit by surtaxes and currency woes. Avalara.com. The chain's decision to close 27 stores by April, including border-adjacent ones, underscores the severity amid a projected 5 to 7% annual fall. Reuters.com foot traffic in these areas has dipped 5.2% per analytics, highlighting the boycott's bite. Strategies are evolving. Pop-ups in Canada and online enhancements aim to recapture demand. As Macy's tempers its $21-21.4 billion sales forecast, Amuse.com staff face reduced hours, adding a personal toll to the corporate challenges. Yet innovation beckons, loyalty tweaks and partnerships could turn the tide as Canadian pride surges, with 82% favoring local buys. Where150.stack and .g.c day. These giants must adapt swiftly or watch billions slip away in this border economy shake-up. Number 3. Luxury and tech take a hit. The luxury and tech sectors are reeling from Canada's silent boycott in 2025 as shoppers ditch US glamour for homegrown gems amid escalating tariffs. Duch's Niagara outlet has lost 60% of its weekend crowd, leading to shortened staff schedules, and empty racks.ainvest.com. Meanwhile, Holt Renfrew and Simons are dominating, outpacing Saks in sales efficiency per Trendex's latest report. Printify.com. Apps like MapleScan empower consumers to choose Canadian handbags and apparel, turning shopping into a patriotic adventure. On the tech front, Apple's Walden Galleria store reports a 25% check-in drop due to 30% surtaxes, making iPhones a pricey import. Best Bee's Genius Bar closures on weekends highlight the cost crunch.printful.com. Tesla's Canadian sales are sliding as boycotters opt for alternatives. Per Reuters Insights.theguardian.com, even streaming services face backlash, boosting local options. Nanos polls show 82% prioritizing made in Canada, driving a 6.3% Q sales spike. .ninknews.com. This emotional shift fosters innovation in domestic tech and fashion. US losses could hit $1.6 billion, Barclays warns, as tariffs climb to 35%. Chiefexecutive.net, yet it's sparking creative adaptations, from pop-ups to VR experiences. In this trade tango, Canadian pride is redefining luxury and tech landscapes. Number 2. Membership stores lose ground. Membership stores like Costco and Sam's Club are stumbling as the silent boycott takes hold, with Canadian renewals dropping sharply at border locations. SE data shows an 11.8% decline in Canadian memberships at 5 key warehouses, reverting revenues to pandemic-era depths.avest.com. This signals a profound change, where once-packed lots now echo with absence. The weak loonie at 0.733 USD, combined with April 2025's 25% surtax, and makes renewals feel burdensome. Invest.com shoppers recount ending up 12% out of pocket after hidden costs pile up. A Costco leader confessed in a shareholder call, scaling back border models due to unprofitable labor expenses. Pimps.com. This leads to shorter hours and slimmer staffs as inventory lingers unsold. Foot traffic across top chains dipped 4.7% year-over-year, hitting border spots hardest. Investopedia.com. Canadians pivot to local options, boosting domestic memberships amid competitive pricing. Dunhumby projects $15 to 20 billion KD lost from US shelves, much from these bulk buy havens. Adaptations emerge, enhanced shipping and perks aim to lure back Canadians, while Sam's Club boasts 14.4% overall membership growth in Q2 2025. Invest.com. Yet, border vulnerabilities persist. This shift redefines value beyond discounts. It's about ease and loyalty in a divided retail landscape. Number 1. A new economic reality. The year 2025 marks a turning point in U.S.-Canada relations, where Trump's escalating tariffs from 25% in February to 35% by August have ignited a silent boycott that's redefining economic ties. Politico.com. Canadians, grappling with a loonie at 0.733 USD, face hidden costs like $100 KD in fuel and $8 USD tolls, making US trips unviable and fueling a shift to homegrown alternatives. .ca. Pride swells as 82% check made in Canada labels, per Nanos polls, with Shop Canadian Trends driving 6.3% domestic sales growth in Q.theguardian.com. Apps like Buy Canadian empower shoppers to skip US goods, turning carts into statements of unity amid retaliatory surtaxes adding 25% to imports.en.wikipedia.org. Border crossings crater 17 to 48%, costing US tourism $4 billion, while counties like Erie brace for $41 million shortfalls hitting roads and services. Beep.com. Retail behemoths lose billions, fast food $350 million in Q1 as US GDP dips 0.4-0.8% and Canada's risks 1.3-5% contraction. Budgetlab.yale.edu. Future dominoes: autos, medical travel, education, 71% plan permanent US food cuts, siphoning $15 to 20 billion KD.egotisdata.ca. Yet, in this upheaval lies opportunity, rebuilding trust through innovation, proving choices shape not just economies, but enduring connections. Final thoughts. This silent boycott isn't just a Canadian story, it's a global lesson in how trust, pride, and practicality shape economies. At Top 10 America Beyond, we've seen how 35,000 missing Ontario plates can ripple into a $41 million budget hole for Erie County, how Macy's reduced hours reflect a broader retail crisis, and how Made in Canada labels are turning shopping into a statement. The numbers are staggering: $1.6 billion in potential losses for major retailers, $350 million for fast food chains, and $15 to 20 billion KD in lost US sales. But the real story is the people. The shop owners cutting hours, the workers losing shifts, and the Canadian families choosing home over hassle. Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts below and subscribe to Top 10 America Beyond for more insights into the trends reshaping our world.